way, Serena, I appreciate you meeting me here today. The general purpose of doing these Cup of Joe sessions is so employees that might not otherwise get an opportunity to meet you get to know a little bit about you through question and answer, just really a conversation. So, so why don't you start? Tell me your name, tell me what it is you do here for the city, and how long you've been here.
I'm Serena with Building Safety. I've been with the city for 3.5 years. I'm the building official, so I make sure that all the buildings that are going up or being changed are as safe as they can possibly be.
Where were you before you came to the city of Mansfield? Have you always been in this line of work? What about it are you drawn to?
So I have not always been directly in this line of work. I've always worked in a position of service. So my first job was when I was 11. I worked for a summer program, and it was for the water department doing dispatch.
So at 11 years old, a water department doing dispatch.
It was like a children work program to help people see what interests they were going to be involved in. And I didn't know how much I was going to be involved in everything afterwards.
Okay. So, there are probably some laws against what you just told me.
No, because I had a work permit and it was in California, and they wanted all the children to see what work was like.
11 years old.
11 years old. But here's the thing. I worked for every summer until I was grown. But I worked at the Queen Mary in Long Beach, the floating boat hotel from World War II, all that. Even when I got to Texas, I worked for the city of Arlington in the jail, in the dispatch center, as an inspector for Section 8, as a code enforcement officer, and also as a building inspector. So I've been in city service for a long time because it means something to me to live and work in the same city, and for it to be valuable. I believe in doing things for people.
So I got my start in utilities. Of course, it was 16 years later, older than you were. I was 27 when I started there, but 11 years old in water. Wow. So you've moved around, not from city to city necessarily, but from job to job within existing. So what had you land on this one?
The inexhaustible pursuit of knowledge. In every field, I always felt like I had learned enough after about 5 or 6 years. And here, there's no enough. It's constant, and there's no stop to the movement. So there's no way to possibly stagnate because you have to continue learning because everything keeps changing. And because buildings, all the technology is moving towards energy conservation, you really have to stay up on what it takes to make the best building for people and make sure people are getting what they expect.
You know, we're going through a growth boom again right now, which keeps your department pretty busy, right? You guys fully staffed right now? Are you down, folks?
We have all of our positions filled as of recently, so we're doing really well. Because of all that growth, we'll probably need a little bit more, but by that same token, we have really skilled individuals, and they are able to train. So I think that as we grow, as the city grows, we can grow and go ahead and get better at what we do and help other people. And one of the biggest things is that we want to reach out, because a lot of people in the community don't actually know what we do. They just know that somebody shows up to inspect something, and then if it's good, then it's good. So a lot of the students in the technical schools, they don't know that this is a job. They don't know that this is a way to help. And you might not have your hands involved in the same thing, but nonetheless, you're still going for the same goal, for people to have what they need and for it to be safe.
One of the things we've tried to do to address that, because it's difficult for all of the departments to fill the pipeline, so to speak, with new talent, is we've started an internship program, not just in high school, but also in college, with college students. Try to get them in here, learn about the positions we have available. We started, doing the My Mansfield University, where we take folks from in the community, try to teach them about what we do, because a lot of these career fields just aren't well known town, as you said. And you said, you know, it's an exhaustive pursuit of knowledge. I would refer to that as an exhausting pursuit of knowledge. And I know you guys are going a mile a minute, but hopefully, you know, we can get people interested in fields that they didn't traditionally know were available to them. Have you had any interns in your department? Have you?
I just requested my first intern, as a matter of fact. So when college lets out, they're going to look for that. But I also think it's important. When I was growing up, you know, a long, long time ago, they had people come visit the schools to talk about their jobs. And that's something that I want to do, is to say, hey, you know, if college is your track, wonderful. If you already know what you want to do, great. If you don't, there's a place for you to figure out exactly what you want to do and all the different areas that of expertise that you can have. So I think we feel a lot of interest for a lot of people.
That's great. So there's only one question I asked you to prepare for today, right? And so we've been asking everybody, what is true north to you, and whether that's a personal pursuit or a professional pursuit, doesn't matter. No right or wrong answer, but what is your why? What's your true north?
So because of my history in the Army, there's a lot of different values that people go by, and there was always one that stuck out to me because of the weird child that I was, and it's selfless service. Everything that I do is a component for me, my family, my community, and then the overall. So when I head off to work or anywhere else during the day, I think that I can serve people in some way. And so I do all the nerdy things. If somebody seems like they need some help getting their groceries in the cart, I do that. But I also think that every day when I come to work, there's someone who needs either guidance, help, or just to be protected. So in that selfless service, that's kind of how I live my life, where it's important to me to feel like I'm of use and that I've done something for bigger than myself. So selfless service would be my guiding light.
Well, I love that. You know, it's a fairly new role for you here, at least within the city of Mansfield, to be the building official, which is a significant leadership position in our organization. So you've definitely got that access to all those things that you enjoy right now. And it's been a pleasure talking to you today. It's been an even bigger pleasure getting to know you over the last couple of years. So thank you so much for meeting me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.